Welcome back, welcome back. Matt Bell and Rick Schoenberger are here, and they're the gurus down on the square this year. The gurus.
They
Yeah.
look like
the lighting gurus.
They look like
right?
goobers, maybe. But
We've
no,
been
I'm
called
just kidding.
worse.
So you guys are lighting up Harrison again this year, and you want to get the word out, right? You
Yeah,
want to talk to us about what needs to be done.
You know, Rick has been involved in this much longer than I have, but he's a go-to for volunteers, for fundraising, all those things. He's kind of the magician, but he's sometimes harder to get a hold of because he's running his own personal business too. So we encourage, that partnership of stop by my office and we'll get you in touch with Rick. The Harrison Convention and Visitors Bureau. Explore Harrison is our sign out front. So, but yeah, it's that time of year.
Cool. Yeah.
You just go like bananas, don't you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, night before last, it was 4 o'clock by the time I got home. Last night, and that was just me. I've actually done 60% of the square out during the night by myself, just popping around the top of the roofs at night. Last night, I got to have 4 or 5 people. Let's see, 5 people, and we knocked out 29 businesses. So we got the sky.
How many businesses do you have to? Do you know off the top of your head?
I sure do. Well, it's all the Square City Hall. My wife and Liz Witt and myself and Mike McNeil was on the City Hall here last weekend and replaced every light bulb on there because they burnt them for so long this year. I just wanted fresh lights up there. Okay. It's fun to do these youth center because those big roofs and they're steep.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a bounce at the bottom.
Wow.
So are you wanting people to help you? Or are you finished?
Well, no, we're not even close to being finished. One of our problems this year, guys, is the courthouse lawn. It's been 4 years since I've taken over and done the LED, and we've had the windstorms this year. That one we just had, we just put all the park wreaths up. They're all bent now over.
Oh no.
The winds were so hard that night. But the courthouse is our problem this year. I went to the city and asked them for a maintenance budget and to help with the lifts, and that the lifts cost $1,000 to rent for a week. And Quorum Court said that they donated once and they're not going to do it again. Well, our problem is it's half the building, or 25% of the courthouse has no lights on it now, and we have no budget whatsoever to go over on the courthouse lawn. So hopefully we get it going this year, but right now that's where we need help, guys. If you can figure out a way.
I guess.
Yeah, and that's our other problem is as with the chamber and the when they did a regime change or whatever you want to call it, they quit Karate Days, they quit everything. Well, the Historic Harrison Business Association, which was the nonprofit we've been working through, and the chamber, both dropped everything. So now you've got 5 people, no insurance, and we're trying. So if anybody has any ideas how we can do a little fundraiser to go ahead and get the light bulbs and everything to fix up that courthouse lawn, but it's expensive when we do this, just the lifts alone. And Roger Turner donates his lift every year, but one lift when
for all this.
It's hard to make it work.
It's hard to make it work in that, but we'll get there today. Right after we get done here, we're going to go down and put all those 3 big steel Christmas trees up. Those in itself
Thankfully, you've had decent weather.
Yeah,
You
it's helped. Of course, when he's out there, when he said he was done at 4 the other day, that was 4 a.m.
Right.
So after the sun goes down,
It's
while
cold.
it was nice during the day, it plummets and you're 30, 40 feet up in the air with the lift and the wind. And that kind of stinks because we did all the work around Lake Harrison Park area, and now we basically have to go redo all of it and incorporate in, like you said, the trees that are coming in. And so the priority is always going to be where we get funding, where we get support. That's where we're going to be doing things. Now we want the courthouse to be lit up. We want it to look as magical and great as possible. But, it comes down to finances and support, and we haven't gotten either of those from that entity yet. So, we always have to prioritize.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you have a goal as to when you want, to be able to have it
We light up on Thanksgiving, and the reason why we light up on Thanksgiving is that way if you have family in, they get to see our town bright and shiny.
Right, when they
Yeah.
come
The
through.
target for everything to be done is always the Christmas parade.
parade,
But by lighting it up on Thanksgiving, we're able to get those families
Right.
coming out of town. But then we can also see any issues, problem
Right.
spots that we might have and address those prior to the Christmas parade evening.
Right.
Do you want to talk about the parade for a minute?
Sure, we're on as planned.
Okay.
A lot of discussions been gone on out there. False rumors that we're canceling it. Well, we're not. Fortunately, this is an event where we can utilize social distancing. We're going to encourage all those that are on floats that aren't able to distance themselves to, wear a mask. But, those rules and mandates are already in place. So they ask if we're being more strict on the parade. We're not. We're just enforcing what the state of Arkansas and the governor has, requested that we do. We'll be a little bit more creative when it comes to the floats and trying to space them out. But, this year I think that'll be easier because we likely won't have quite as many. But so it's November 30th. Floats need to be there and set up and ready to go by 5 p.m. And then the parade itself is at 7 p.m. And why it's so late, we want it to be dark enough so you can see all the lights and all the cool stuff coming through.
One last thing, and it's not pertaining to this, and that you guys were talking about the vaccines and all that. Please, guys, take those vaccines. I'm dying for a Chinese buffet.
I hear you.
There you go.
I know. Yeah,
there
I
you
know.
go.
Yeah.
But-
Well, if anyone's interested, you can contact. How can they
Matt.
contact you?
Yeah, come
Matt?
by my
Yeah.
office. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and it's 200 West Stevenson, which is the old First Federal Bank building downtown on the southwest corner of the square. Phone number is 741-1789. And as Rick mentioned, we've had 5 to 6 core volunteers for the past few years that really show up and do a lot. And, if one quick bit there, Liz Witt, Chris Witt, Mike McNeil, Rick Schoenberger, Shirley Schoenberger, Billy A.G., I'm missing some, but those guys are awesome. So when you look at a city our size, whatever the population is, and you have less than 2 handfuls of people that are lighting up our downtown, it's a pretty incredible feat. So anyway, big shout out and thank you to those people.
And the 4 kids that showed up from the Seventh-day Adventist, kudos, thanks.
There you go.
Really appreciate it.
Told
And
you
if
I
somebody
forget
wants to help
somebody.
volunteer, they can just.
Get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always have a project. Like you said, every day we've got something different. We worked on pole wraps yesterday. Today we're working on the big trees, and we kind of go from there.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
you.
guys. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Twyla White and also Whitney Pike. They're here to talk about.
Ozark Right Process.
There we go. Stay with us.